I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum, I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense, we all subject to. I find my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that got us here. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate a cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever, evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. Dare I try, I might lose my mind. But it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine.
So, you excited?
I am. So when I talk, do I look at you? Sorry.
You can do whatever you want. I switch up. You just pretend like you're talking.
Okay.
Pretend like we're actually talking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but we are talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Welcome to another edition of Clueless Vino, a show like where a guy like me drinks some wine and chit chats with some guests. Man, today we have a special guest.
Yes, so
Yeah.
special.
Yes, you're excited. Casey Jones now. You want to tell people what you do and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm Casey. Stick and I met in college. He obviously, y'all know, played basketball. I played volleyball there. And I'm also married to one of his best friends who was in their wedding recently. I am the education director for a local private preschool. So Anna and I have that in common. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I say about myself?
I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
I'm Stick's best friend.
Okay. Wow. That is a jump. Speaking of Danny downstairs playing the game with Dante now, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna let you know right
I
now.
think he was more excited than Dante.
Yeah, probably. The thing is, Dante's not really good at video games. He likes video games, he's not good at them. So it's like
Don't tell Danny, but he's not very good either.
ouch.
I guess he'll watch this
But
probably.
then you realize he's recording, like he's going to hear this. So yeah, so you said you're what do you do for the private school?
I'm their education director, so I run their curriculum, staff training and onboarding, so I work with all the teachers. I do behavior management with kids in the classroom, help with classroom management with teachers and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
It's very busy.
Yeah, I know. Listen, when I would tell people that I was an English major, I'm like, oh, so you want to be a teacher? Like,
No.
like, why? You're so good at it. Like, maybe, but I don't think you realize that I like kids like that.
It's not for everyone.
It's just, the thing about kids, man, is it just depends on the age of the kid, right? Some kids are fine, like, at certain ages. Like, everybody said twos are bad, but to me, twos aren't that bad.
It's threes.
Thank you. Three nature jump? Like, come on,
Teenagers.
man. No,
Yes.
no.
They start developing those huge personalities,
Yeah,
opinions,
like, come on, man.
and
So
they're
I ask
smart enough to
questions.
argue with you.
Yeah, no. But nowadays, I was like, whoa, you responded? Like, nah, we can't be doing that. That's a no-no.
Threes for sure the hardest.
It just gets, it fluctuates. Because in fours ain't as bad. Five, you're going to school and you have to be acclimated to like different stuff. So it's kind of hard for me. Like, you're not supposed to be there. You know you're not supposed to be
Right.
there. But like, you're around other kids that are new. So
Right.
it's like, it's a whole thing, man. So yeah, good for you.
Thank
like,
you.
not for me. So as you know, on Clueless, we let the guests bring some wines, and you brought two.
I did.
So would you like to go ahead and get into our first one, which is canned?
Yes.
It's canned. I'm so nervous.
This is actually one of my favorites.
Okay.
So it's the same exact wine in the two cans, but one's bubbly, which
Okay.
sometimes just feeling a little bubbly, and the other's not, but they're both rosés.
Okay.
What's a little wild is that one can is half a bottle of wine.
Is it really?
So this stuff
I
can
see
be
that.
sneaky.
What?
You can ask Danny. It has snuck up on me a few times.
Okay, so this is just called the original house wine?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm nervous.
It's dangerous.
Well, here's the thing. I was convinced that you were going to bring box wine, because if I remember correctly, you were box
Box wine is also sneaky because you don't know how much you're drinking.
Yeah, like how is there like an equation to like
One
box
box
wine is how
One box is 4 bottles.
Yes, oh, and wine.
And when you're drinking a bottle, you can see like, oh, I've had
You
like
can
a
see
glass.
Yeah.
With a box, you can't see. So you could have had 2 bottles on accident.
Box wine is just walking around with like a kegger, basically. That's essentially what it is. That's sicko. You were a sicko. Just to let you know.
But what's great about box wine is it comes in one of those, like the bag. You know, slap the bag.
Sure,
in college, have you ever slapped the bag?
No.
Yeah,
I was
same.
drinking wine. Oh, okay.
But as you drink it, the bag like air seals,
Oh,
so the wine stays fresher longer than like a bottle.
Okay. Which one is the bubbly? This one?
The pink one's bubbly.
Okay. So you want to start with this one first?
Sure.
Okay.
This is a really good rosé. I have a feeling you're gonna like it.
I'm just glad I didn't have to use this.
No, and I bought a screw top.
Look at you, man. Oh my gosh. You care about me.
I do. Sure. Oh, I'm excited for you.
You like more?
It's okay. We'll start there. We'll see where this takes us.
I guess. Just leave it there.
Oh, yeah.
You could drink that with the rosé.
So
You have not watched the show at all before, have you? Okay. Let's take a step first.
Okay.
Okay. See, the thing about rosés for me, so a rosé is closer to whites or reds.
it depends on the rosé
Okay.
and the blend that's in it. One thing I always notice is the pinker the rosé, I feel like the sweeter it's gonna be.
Gotcha. Okay.
The lighter it is, it tends to be like a little more crisp and dry, which I normally like a crispier? No. That would be
I think crisper is fine.
Okay, crisper, drier rosé, and this one's a little sweeter, but I actually really like it.
Like crispy would be kind of nervous.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to chew your wine.
That'd be kind of wild. Okay. So
Thoughts?
let's just give it a try, man.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not bad, man.
Right?
That's not bad.
Oh my gosh. Attention viewers, I found a wine that Stick might like.
So it's the can thing that would have thrown me off. Like it's like going to Burger King when they were selling the tacos and buying the tacos. Like, why are you doing that? Who are you doing this for?
But think about it like with beer, some people prefer their beer in a can versus a bottle, or like sodas too.
Right, but it makes sense. Like there's nothing when you think wine, no one thinks can.
It's
And no
2021
one thinks-
Stick, it's a new world, we got boxes, we've got cans.
I know.
They come in little sipper juice boxes now like kids have.
I did have the Sutter, like Sutter,
Mhm.
the little box junk.
Yep,
That junk
got
was,
stick
that,
straw in
that
it.
junk was alright.
Yep.
That junk was alright.
I told you.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good.
And even though it's the same as the bubbly one, I kind of like this one better for some reason than the
Okay.
bubbles. But
Because that's why when I think of rosé, I always think of like I think it has something like a lot with bubbles. So I think that's and I like bubbles. Like Stella Rose.
yeah,
I like those. That's not rosés obviously, but
right,
the bubbly thing gives it a different like.
it does. Bubbles just tend to make me feel full,
Yeah.
and then I don't eat, and that's a whole other dangerous
See, I like
thing when
both.
you're drinking.
So I gave up soda I gave up soda like last year. So I drink them every now and again, but not a lot. So when I started, I need something to fill that void. Even if it doesn't taste like something, I just need the bubble.
Right.
Fluid. So I found a couple of things that are like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like that a lot just because I like the bubbles.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah, no, this is good because I've had somewhere it's like this just ain't for me. But this is not bad.
Yeah.
This is not bad. So like you alluded to, we both got married last year. So it's just interesting because we're like not even that far apart. It was like maybe a little over a month apart.
No, y'all were November 4th, 7th. Oh yeah, so a little over because we were December 12th.
Yep, so just a little bit over. And I just wanted you to like talk about like that experience because obviously last year was crazy just with the whole COVID-19 thing. And I guess both our weddings were like up in the book for like ever. So it's like we had ours.
It was so fun.
We had a good
It was so
time.
fun.
We had an amazing time. Yeah.
mom picked Danny and I up from your wedding.
Did she really?
And we made her take us to McDonald's after.
Nice. See, listen, that's awesome. I think we got back to the hotel and immediately went to Waffle House.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, immediately went to Waffle
It was
House.
so fun.
Yeah.
Great wedding.
Yeah, we had a good time, man. We had a really good time. But it's funny just because it's not funny. It wasn't funny at the time, either. But like literally the next Saturday, it was like the next week, the governor had put restrictions back, which put your jump in. So I just want you to talk about how that whole process, that whole thing went.
Yeah, so November 12th, Danny and I had our 30-day out meeting with our coordinator, and we were excited. We had all of our final details set in place. I had brought all of our like decorations, which included like 175 charger plates and like all these lanterns. And the next day, it was a Friday, so November 13th, Friday the 13th.
Look at that.
And I was leaving that afternoon for my bachelorette party. And
Right. I
Yes.
forgot about that.
And we were joking at our coordinating meeting, like we made it, like we're good, 30 days out, like
Yeah.
we are set. And it was an hour before I left for the bachelorette party, and I got on NBC 12 to check the weather in Charlottesville, and the headline was "Governor shuts down Virginia," and I was like, no freaking way.
Oh my God, yes, that's right, because that was the same year that we got on Danny. And I remember seeing it, I was like, no.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the rules, I was like, oh no.
Yes.
And I was like, Danny's good at taking things like that and just being like, okay, what is good?
So good.
That's what he's good at. But I was like, I just know Casey is losing her mind.
Oh, yeah. I walked out of work because I was going straight from work to the bachelorette party. I called my mom crying, called Danny crying, and cried probably the whole way to my bachelorette party because in a matter of a minute, our guest list went from 175 people to 9. And
It's crazy.
we were like, how are we going to have less than 25 people? And that includes your photographer and the coordinator and the officiant. Like, it was nuts. But Danny has the most positive attitude, and he was very much like my rock through the whole thing. He kept me calm. He was so helpful, and it ended up looking back, like, I don't know that I would have changed a thing.
Because obviously, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yes.
But just watching it was literally perfect. Because like, so I don't know if you like concerts like or whatever, but I'm more interested in like the intimate ones, like the smaller things. Because I feel like you just get a sense of the energy of the
Right.
versus a big concert. Because like a bigger void, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just having it, you had all the people that were meant to be there, family, friends, and stuff like that. So it was amazing that you agree. You know what I'm saying? The greatest flower girl ever.
Flower man is what it means.
A grown man, but you know what I'm saying? It was just awesome. Man. So
Yeah.
So first I was just happy that you were able to actually have it with me because as the one thing I feared that you had to push it back or something.
That wasn't happening.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Y'all gonna make it work
Right.
one way or another. So
Yeah, it was wild.
yeah. So and the place was called, just to get a shout out to
The Barns of Kanak, and they were incredible. They are this small family owned, so the mom and dad own it. Their daughters are the coordinators, and they do everything together, and they work with us through the entire process. Kylie was our coordinator, and she was one of the first people to call me when the governor shut down and was just like, I know you're freaking out, but we're going to figure this out. And they created this like customized package for us, and I mean, they supported us through the entire thing. They were amazing.
because a lot of places man were just like, hey, listen, just cut, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool that they were able to work with y'all.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and knock it out the park, honestly.
They were amazing.
They knocked it out the park, honestly. So would you like to tell people about the surprise during the wedding? Well, not during the wedding, but after the wedding, because I felt very espionage-ish.
So it was funny because the whole day was so emotional. Like everybody was crying the entire day. My mom, my dad, my brother. It was like a mess. They were
Your
in
brother
tears.
started crying. I'm like, all right, man.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was so emotional. And the only two people that weren't crying were like Danny and me,
Yeah.
because we felt like everybody else was so emotional that we had to hold it together.
Right, yeah.
And then the wedding was over, and we were getting our stuff out of our areas where we got ready, and the bus was there, and we got on the bus, and I was so confused. That's why Danny and I were being like rushed to the bus, and the photographer was getting on the bus, and I was like, what is happening? And we walk on, and sitting on the bus was Stick and Anna and my best friend Zyda, who flew in from Dallas to be there, and that's when I just lost it. I couldn't believe, like, one of our saddest moments for Danny and I was realizing that our best friends weren't going to be a part of our day. And so to get on the bus and see, like, our closest people was so special, and it's pretty hard to surprise me. Like,
I was about to ask, like, did you have, like, any idea?
not even the slightest clue. Not even the slightest clue. And Danny didn't either, but it was perfect.
Because, like, I think it wasn't too long after, you know, we have to think about it being kind of, I did get a message from Diane. And at first, I was like, I didn't respond. I was like, did she mean it for me?
Yeah.
I let it go. Then she, like, I think she got my number and texted, hey, yeah, so this is me. Cause that's like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So
She can be pushy.
Yeah, I was like, she was like, yeah, so we're just gonna, I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah. I just quick, how many people gonna be there? Yep. No, yeah, I that. So yeah, man, I mean, that was fun. That was a fun day.
It was so special.
We took the longest Uber. The crazy thing is, they had scheduled an Uber for us.
Yes.
Didn't get it. We ordered our own. Got there just in time. Bus come. It was crazy.
I heard about that. I didn't hear about it until the next day.
Did she get her money back?
I have no idea.
I hope so.
I have no idea.
Because I forgot about it. She needs to get her money back.
Allie the next day was telling me, she was like, I didn't even tell you, like, their Uber just never showed up. I was like, what?
I was like, listen, after a few minutes, we probably should at least get it. just to be on the safe side. We did. We made it in good time, too. Man.
Yeah, it was perfect.
And we had like a beer there. I think we had a seltzer. Wait, yeah.
Oh, the bus was filled with, like, seltzers and stuff when I got on it.
Good times.
You know my family.
Good. Yes, I do.
They love a road soda.
Oh, my God. Should we finish this one first? I bet we should finish this one first.
It's so good.
It's good.
I did notice you had more in your glass last time.
So, would you like more this time?
So now that I don't feel like I have to be polite, and I'll do.
Your reservation. I'm just trying to make sure that you finish your reservation. That's it. Danny's not getting mad at me. That's a fact. I refuse to let that happen. I refuse. So, Zach just wasn't right. Zach just. Well, we got to do the job.
Let me tell you what. I'm gonna spill the tea. Okay? I hope my brother watches this. He has had plans for quite some time to move to Nags Head in Outer Banks.
Yeah.
The restaurant Grisette, which is amazing, that he was working at. He was able to contact a restaurant in Nags Head who was setting up like a similar style. And so Zach was going to move to the beach, which has always been his dream, and work in this restaurant. And the day he was moving, we all had breakfast together as a family, and he told me, oh, like very casually, by the way, I'm going to move there with my girlfriend. One, I never knew he had a girlfriend. I was like, girlfriend? He was like, yeah, she's going to come with me. I was like, what girlfriend? And he was like, yeah, we've actually been living together for like 6 months.
Oh, man, had a secret girlfriend.
My dad knew the whole time.
Oh.
He had just told my mom like the day before me.
Oh, wow, so you in the dark. Dang, dog.
I will, like, give him a little credit. I'm kind of crazy as a sister.
What?
It's hard.
Oh.
It's hard to date my brother. So,
Yes, this is really aggressive.
I kind of understand. But I can't wait to meet her. I heard she's wonderful.
Good.
My mom met her the other day.
Yeah, good.
As long as he's happy.
Yeah, Zach's journey has been fun to watch.
It's been interesting.
It's been fun to watch. Like, a lot more hair, too.
So much hair.
Yeah, a lot more hair, you know.
But he has had, I mean, as he's 24,
Which is
almost
crazy,
25.
Because, like, I met Zach when
You were his coach at the Randall Picking camps for
Yeah.
basketball.
So it's just weird. I have a few kids like that where I see them now. Like, I met you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
And he still remembers having you as his coach, but he's grown into like such an awesome human,
Yeah.
and I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, you know, Zach's like, dang, Zach be putting a lot of energy into his cries, man.
Yeah.
He,
And he doesn't drink. tears.
Right.
Which makes it that much more special.
So, as you said earlier, like you play volleyball
Mhm.
and I play basketball. So, one thing about our, we both come from dominant and very good like teams, right?
Mhm.
Because you were there. Did y'all win that like every year?
We did not win the ODAC my freshman year, but we won it the next 3.
Right. So like y'all started that streak.
Mhm.
You know, we got that's when we started that 20 game every year streak.
Mhm.
Whatever. So just kind of go into like the workings and I guess the team mindset of volleyball because like I said, y'all didn't spend much during
No.
during that time.
No. Volleyball is interesting kind of as a sport, especially as a female. It's still like, even though it is pretty popular, it's very still up and coming. Volleyball doesn't get a ton of recognition or acknowledgement, and it was the same way at Randolph-Macon.
Yeah.
Like we used to have to talk to like the football coach, and he would give his players, his team, an incentive to come to our games. Like it was, we were trying to get our seats filled because they were rarely filled, even though we were very good. So that was hard, but we worked just as hard as the men's basketball team. We had 7 a.m. lifting 4 times a week, and the team is what brought me to Randolph-Macon.
Yeah.
And it was funny, I feel like our volleyball team and our basketball team always had a really close relationship.
We were very closely intertwined.
Yes.
Like a lot.
And to be honest, a lot of volleyball players dated basketball players. And so
that's
that,
also like,
yeah. So that kind of brought us together too. I remember one year we won ODAX, and I remember coming back to the volleyball house, which I know you're familiar with. And we had just gotten off the bus, and we didn't even shower because we were just ready to celebrate.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this, but we got to the volleyball house. You were there. Adam Desgain was there. Adam had, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, like, somehow found or stolen, like, an ODAC sign somewhere.
He found it. Allegedly.
He found it.
Allegedly.
And it was, like, there for us to take pictures with. It was just awesome. I don't know. I feel like we formed such close relationships as athletes.
I know for a fact that I enjoy going to the volleyball house. I had to retire going from the volleyball house because of one fateful day in which I had a little bit too much at the time. And
that was common at the volleyball house.
Yes.
Because we're pushers. We push.
Yeah. You're hospitable.
Yes,
That's the
there
word
we
that I'm
go.
looking for.
Yes.
Y'all are very hospitable. I lost one of my favorite hoodies that day. I still don't know where that hoodie is. It's probably in the trash. Because, it just...
Or one of the volleyball players is wearing it around like a dress. Very
maybe,
comfortable.
Listen, it's probably a dress on them.
Probably.
Maybe make it a little makeshift.
Their favorite loungewear.
Yeah, that was... I got up... It's crazy because it was during the day.
It's probably J term.
Something, bro. It was during the day. And I'm like, bro, it's over for me. I go to bed. You're not going to be back out, bro. I'm going to be back out. Went to sleep, got up, came right back out. I'm a trooper. I am a trooper, but it was rough. It was bad.
You know the volleyball house was owned by LaHaye, the women's basketball coach?
Was it really?
Mhm.
Jesus, we get the basketball.
I don't know.
That's
But
interesting.
volleyball had it forever.
Yeah, I just remember going there a lot.
Mhm.
That was a good time, man. It was always a good time. So
We were a good time together.
Yeah. So y'all went to the NCAA tournament how many times?
3.
3 times.
Yep.
And what's the furthest y'all made?
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Okay.
Mhm.
I remember. Yes. The thing about y'all too, where it got to the point where like where y'all lost the underdog thing, the underdog status, right? So you go from freshman year, you don't return. You win the second year. People might say it's like, oh, they had a
Mhm.
good season, but then like you win again. So then there's no more that underdog status.
Right.
It's just y'all the top dogs, X on your back. We're coming.
And not only did we not just not win the first year, we lost in the first round of ODAX. And we lost to the number 18. We went in second seed and lost to the 18. Which is, I don't know if you knew this, but it's an ODAC volleyball curse. Like, the second seed almost always loses to the 8 for whatever reason.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
so-
was Lynchburg.
And so where do y'all do the games, the ODEC tournament games?
So it used to be at, ODAC school, but they didn't have a volleyball team. So that's why we played there, because it was neutral. And then now they aren't open anymore. I cannot remember the name of the school. No. Holland?
Is Holland closed? Those used to be all girls school. Holland?
I think it was Hollis.
Really?
Or maybe they got a volleyball team, and that's why they couldn't host anymore. I think that might be it. So then it ended up being the first seed. They picked, like, we would host one round as first seed, and then have the finals at the number one school.
Gotcha.
So that's why we ended up hosting ODACs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we ended up hosting ODACs, I think 2 years ago. But, yeah. WNL was always the number one. Like, they were the hardest seed.
Who was y'all's, like, rival?
Yeah.
So
Still don't like them. Still don't like them.
You're done, though. Like, what if you ran up across somebody that used to play, would you be like, arr?
We'll never be friends.
It's crazy because I run into a couple Kansas City guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I'm really good, like not like we don't hang out good
Right.
and like New York or whatever, but I'll talk to like every other week. It's like on Twitter or whatever. Cool guy. Now there are some dudes I'm like, hey, I can't talk to this guy.
I don't know what it is about WNL. I just really don't like them, and I hope no one went to WNL and is like watching me.
You know
I'm
what
sure you're so nice, but
you know what they did really make me proud, I'm sure. But the thing about WNL too is that it's just something about, because they're a really good school actually, like as far as
they're
academic
really
wise,
smart.
super smart, and just I think that's what bothers me the most.
Yes.
It's like
I'm like, you can't be smart and good at both.
yeah,
like how dare you?
It's like, right, you are doing too much right now.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
I don't like the coaches.
4.2 GPA.
Right, cool.
We're terrible. That's not nice.
I don't care.
But they were never like amazing at hoops while I was there. But they got us one out. In fact, they beat us the Final Four year. And it had been like years, and I'm talking years since they beat us at Grand Thing.
Ooh, and that hurts so much more.
Yeah, it didn't end well for us. I think that practice was just terrible. Yeah, he ran us to the ground.
I feel like the ODAC overall was very competitive.
Yeah, so that's all. Just that junior year was like crazy. We had 4 teams in the tournament.
That's nuts.
In fact, no, all 4 reached the Elite Eight.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
It's nuts.
Volleyball wasn't that competitive, but.
So would you say it was like top heavy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you had games where you're like, all right, this game I know this is about to be easy.
You were either really bad or you were super good.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, really good or really bad.
Yeah. So I can see that. I can see that.
There was one game where we were playing a team and they were so bad that our coach let like the positions switch up, like you could just play a different position. So they put Caroline, you remember Caroline,
Yeah.
in the front row. She's like the tiniest
Silent
little human.
person, yeah.
And I was the only one who wouldn't switch positions because I really wasn't good at any other one. So he made me stay.
Or,
He was so worried.
Or you were just really good at what you do.
We'll go with that
We're
one.
going with that one.
We'll go with
That's
that one.
that's the one we're going with. We're just really good at that one. All right, bubbly. Bubbles.
Bubbles.
That's what it says. There we go.
Oh, you open cans? Interesting.
What did I do?
You go from the back with your thumb instead of the front with like your fingers.
Oh, I don't have fingernails, so that's.
Well, that's good because then it would like hurt your fingernails.
Yes.
I've never seen someone open a can
No one
like
has
that.
ever said anything about that. What you notice?
Weird.
Oh my goodness. All right, we just want to live these one up.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
That's why I brought my husband so he could drive.
I was gonna suggest that, and I didn't want to like. I was like, yeah, so we're just drinking, you know. Every time somebody comes by, I'm like, yeah, I try to just make sure that they stay.
Yeah.
For like a little bit.
Stop me on. Woo, doggy. That's my kind of pour.
Oh my god. Dan's like, what did you do? Like, I just kept saying, just give her the drink.
All right, bubbles. And it's not, if you notice, like as we were pouring, it's not too carbonated. Like it's not,
It's
like,
not crazy.
it's just got a little fizz.
Yeah.
Enough to make your tongue tingle.
Yeah. You're right though. I like that one better.
I told you. I know. I don't know what it is.
Cause the bubbles give it a different like experience, but it's like like the subtlety. Yeah, I like the subtlety of double.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
I'm still gonna drink it.
Oh yeah,
I watched on Anna's your first episode when she was talking about how like if she doesn't like it, what is she gonna do with the rest of the bottle? And I'm like, you finish it.
Yeah.
You plug your nose.
Hey,
and
listen. And when you, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one that finishes.
Right.
I'm still drinking this one, but because I think that rosé that we had actually, I was like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna drink any more of this. Like, I'm gonna drink this, and I did. That was the first one I finished actually.
I do like rosé.
It's not that. It's nothing that I like. It's not like I'm geared towards
Right.
rosé, but yeah, it's there.
I think rosés in general can be a little dangerous because they are so easy to drink that you end up having more than you necessarily need to.
Yeah, probably. But
It's like summer drink too, like by the pool, like a cold rosé.
like in the backyard, just kicking it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would get down with that. That's
A lot of wineries do rosé slushies.
Did you also used to do that too? Yeah, what did you do?
Well, are you talking about in college?
Yes!
No.
Oh!
I was worse. So, not worse, Mom. I was really good.
Mom.
We used to walk to the volleyball house. You could walk to 7-Eleven. So we would get big Slurpees and
Right.
put vodka in them.
Vodka slushie.
Yeah.
Vodka slushie.
And those.
Well, after we did all our work at Macon,
Yeah.
class
I deserved it.
and stuff.
Yeah. That we definitely went to all the time.
For sure. 100% attendance. What do you mean? They said, yeah, you have the game. It's like, no, I can't leave class. Forget the game. Whatever. You wanted to talk about this movie that it was a documentary, actually.
Yes.
Okay, and I looked it up, so this morning I didn't watch it, but
Right.
You know.
So there's this documentary called SOMM, SOMM, which is short for sommelier. And sommeliers are experts on wine. Like you see them in a lot of high-class restaurants. They are really good at pairing wines with different foods and all this stuff. But master sommeliers is what the documentary's on. And these people, I kid you not, can smell a glass of wine and immediately tell you not just what the wine is, but the year that it was bottled. Like, I mean, they're wild. I started watching, there's like 3 or 4 of them now, but the one I was telling you about, it's these 4 men that are getting ready to take the master exam to be master sommeliers.
Yeah.
And there are only 250 master sommeliers in the entire world. And this exam has the highest fail rate of any test in the world. And only, I think it's got like a 10% passing rate.
That's insane.
And only 9 people in the world have passed it the first time taking it. Like, it's wild. But this one guy I was watching, he picked it up, smelled it, immediately knew it was a 1905 something. But then they taste it and they can tell you the soil that the grapes were grown in, what type of grape, what region in the world. Like, it is nuts.
So, that's the thing. Do you know how much they make, by the way?
Nothing.
No. Somalia make a lot of money.
Oh, do they?
Yes. I looked it up because I was like, when I started this wine journey a couple years ago, I was like, I wanted to learn about wines.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how far I wanted to do it. And I was like, see how much they make. They make a decent amount of money.
Oh, I thought they made like 30, 40.
So it's like, and it as you get experience, like how many years it just keeps increasing. I'm like, really? And then if you like go to different places, depending on where you work at, oh my gosh, the number just jumps.
Wow.
I just thought they were doing it because like, it's a flex.
It's nuts.
But the fact that they can tell you what year it is insane. Like,
Just
why
for
did
smelling
they
it.
know that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so they do, the one I started watching this morning actually is based around this blind tasting contest where these master sommeliers get together and they've got all these wines in front of them and they're blindfolded and they have to taste them and be able to tell you all these details about the wine.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know, which I thought was interesting, is they really don't like blind tastings because when the wines are all next to each other, the wine you're drinking can pick up on the smell and the flavor of the wine next to them, like next to that glass. And so it kind of messes with them. So I thought that was really interesting.
So I wonder if that's by design. So like,
Yeah.
throw them off. Like,
Mhm.
This is the test. It's going to get jumped
Yeah.
on. Can you fight through the
Right.
other ones to find out what the actual flavor is? I couldn't do that.
But this one, I guess these two master sommeliers are friends, and so they met in like one of their hotel rooms to do a quick wine tasting just together.
Yeah.
And the friend had these 4 red wines set up, and the guy sat down and started giggling, and immediately knew, he was like, I know you're pranking me, like I can tell just sitting and smelling them that these are white wines, not red wines. And the guy had put like red wine dye in them to try to trick them. So he didn't even pick up the glass to smell it, just like sitting down with it in front of him. He was like, that's a Chardonnay, and that's a, what, like...
That's great. Like the amount of hours and like time you have to dedicate to doing it. Because there's classes you can take,
right.
You know, to whatever.
Right.
But I just, I don't know about, because, and the thing that they say is, like, no matter how, like, they're called master sommeliers, but there's no way in hell that you would be able to know everything there is in the wine, because it's just consistently changing. That's crazy.
Right. It's nuts.
I don't even like taking tests. So if I want to take a test that has a 10% pass rate, nah.
I could probably tell you if it's red or white, but that's about as far as I go.
That's as far as it's going. I can't tell you what was in it. I can't tell you how they made it. I'm definitely not going to tell you what year it is.
No.
That's a dummy.
They can tell you, like, that it was grown in, this specific grape was grown in, like, a red clay-based soil, and, I mean, what?
That's enough. Oh, 12%, that's not bad.
It's better than I am.
Huh?
David's gonna have to take me to Taco Bell after this.
Who are you going right after doing this? He's going straight to Taco Bell. And you know he's going to say yes, because he loves Taco Bell. I know that for a fact.
Taco Bell's my favorite.
I know that for a fact.
It's kind of funny, so, for those that don't know, my husband is 6'6",
Yeah.
much larger than I am, and I eat way more than Danny does. And way faster. I don't know if you knew that.
The fastest I know.
Danny always says that he thinks I have 2 sets of teeth like a shark. Because
The way that you devour
I
food.
eat so fast. It's like I don't even taste it.
Y'all be making interesting foods too, though. You just never show the finished product, and that be pissing me off. You be on Instagram like, ooh, gonna make biscuits and gravy, and then I never see the biscuits and gravy. I be getting mad. I'm like, dog, you supposed to show the finished product.
Y'all need to come over for like brunch one Sunday, and I'll do my whole layout. But I got this. My biscuits are good.
Hey, yep, okay.
I've like mastered them. They're so good. They're not healthy at all. The biscuit recipe has
They are not healthy
3
at all.
sticks of butter in it.
Oh, y'all, you must be going through all of these.
Joanna Gaines.
Oh, that's the lady who does all the whatchamacallit stuff, right? The fix rappers and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, she's nice.
Yeah, she's awesome. I want to be her
You want to be her?
when I grow up.
Also gonna fix some stuff.
Yeah. No. I'll just cook.
Oh man, your second wine. The
Yes.
second wine is called Beauty and Chaos. It's a Pinot Grigio.
So I've never had this one. but
Okay.
I've never had this one, but I bought it because of the label.
Okay.
Because I think it's really cool, and I like the name.
I like the little. That's a very cool food. I do like that. Pinot Grigio of Washington State.
So Pinot Grigio is like a very friendly white wine. You always see it at weddings and gatherings and stuff because it's very crowd friendly.
So, I'm pretty sure I've had Pinots before,
You have.
and I don't know. But we're gonna see, man. Like, this is the whole point.
We might both take this one. I've never had it.
Yeah, it's the whole point of this journey. It's just to try to find.
But I thought the label was really cool.
I do like the label.
I almost always pick wine on the label.
I was about to say that. Like, sometimes I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
The one with the devil just pointing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just.
I always pick by the label. I know they don't say judge a book by its cover, but
13.5% alcohol. I mean, I'm always a fan of that.
bring it on.
Here we go. Oh man. Also love twist tops. Twist tops are always fun for me.
They should always be twist tops.
Yeah, alright.
Works.
Yeah, this.
Oh, sorry. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you were, that's what I'm saying. You were a little bit different than me. Like, I like to taste mine first just to see what I'm dealing with. I mean, I'm a drinker regardless, as you know. I just like to match the same energy.
Yes. So I do like a Pinot Grigio. I really like Pinot Grigio. I really don't like a Chardonnay.
You know, I try these.
They taste like butter.
Like butter, though.
Yeah, they're buttery.
They do say that, though.
Yeah.
Because they go, so, they say they go good with, like, wings and stuff. Because of, like, you know,
Yes.
especially like a buffalo sauce that is
Yes.
kind of based in butter. They say it goes good and it pairs well with it.
So it's
I can do
interesting.
that.
I can drink a Chardonnay if it was, and this is very specific, it makes me sound kind of snobby, but like I don't mean to. But I can drink a Chardonnay if it was in a steel barrel.
Okay.
But like an oak barrel,
Okay.
I can't do it. It's so different.
So I'm sorry. No,
Next time you bring me on this show, I'll bring 2 different Chardonnays.
You're gonna bring 2 wines that you.
I'll see you next weekend. I'll bring 2 Chardonnays.
See, so I've had Chardonnays, and they're a mixed bag because sometimes they can be like dryish, and I'm not really a fan of that. You like Moscatos? So it's crazy. I don't like super sweet stuff. Like I've never been a sweet ass anybody. I don't like a lot
I'm
of
the
sweets.
same way. I'm more savory.
Exactly.
I'll take salty over sweet any day.
Exactly. But I had a Moscato one time. I just drank the entire bottle. Didn't care.
It makes my teeth hurt.
I was crushing. I was like, this is actually alright. Next thing I know, the bottle's gone.
So you'd probably like for the whites, like a Riesling.
I'm a Riesling.
Yeah.
I'm a huge. I know that for a fact.
Because they're sweet.
But they're not too sweet.
Not too sweet.
They're like
Riesling's
right
not
in,
as sweet as
they're
Moscato.
Right no. But they're like right in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Bunch of Rieslings. But I've only had, to be fair, I think I've only had like 1 or 2 Moscatos. And they were both okay.
Have you ever tried like the dessert wines? Danny loves a dessert wine.
He was telling me that. Like, no.
But he like...
So this off topic. Do you like dessert like liquors? So not like the little whipped cream vodka or.
I used to. Apple pie shots at the volleyball house.
Well, that's different. That's mixing stuff together. That's cool. But I'm
But
someone
no.
like straight up.
I think I used to like desserts, but I don't know what changed, but I don't need a sweet ever.
I just need the taste.
Give me a salt and vinegar chip.
Yeah.
But yeah, sweets I don't need it. I'm trying to help Danny kick his sweet tooth that he will hide. Like I mentioned, he's 6'6", for those of you who don't know him, but he hides all of his sweets on the top shelf so I can't see them.
That's smart.
And he keeps the wrappers up there instead of putting them in the trash.
He just waits for you to leave, like discard them.
Like,
That's smart. He needs a new place
he's
since
so
you know now.
ridiculous. He's so ridiculous.
Whatever, man. Like sometimes you just gotta have some stuff.
I'm doing laundry and Starburst wrappers are coming out of the dryer. I'm like, what
What is
happened?
It could be worse. He could have like a
What
horrible drug
happened?
addiction. He just has a sweet
Oh
tooth.
my
Just let it go.
god.
Just let it go. It's very crisp. I can tell you that now.
I'm nervous because it smells like it's going to be dry and you don't like
But you know what though? I wanted this like apples and pears or something.
Ooh, you're going to
I'm getting a little bit better at sitting.
sometimes it says like what notes you'll pick up
That's
on.
what I'm saying. Like, but some of them don't. I hate that.
Right.
Fresh fruit flavors. But what fruits? Raspberries. And then floral aromas.
Crisp, I do think of like apple.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking that's probably what we're about to get here. This isn't dry at all.
I like it.
This isn't dry at all.
I'm sorry, did I find 2 wines that you liked?
This is.
Did we just become best friends again? Are we double best friends now?
Double flat best friends. Jeez. This is, like you said.
That's good.
I thought it was gonna be dry, but this what is that?
So I will ask, on your previous episodes that you've done when you've had like whites and rosés, have they been chilled or have they been room temperature?
So
Because I think that changes everything.
it does. For the most part, I know for the first episode we did shit. I chilled the white, I didn't chill the rosé. And then the following ones, I think we didn't chill the whites either, but they were just really good though. But yeah, I that's why I need to start doing a little bit more, especially if I know ahead of time what
Right.
I'm gonna do. But a lot of times the people are bringing the stuff in.
Right.
You actually look at you fancy. You actually chill the stuff.
I bought it
coming over.
yesterday so I could put it in the
Look at
fridge.
you, man. Oh my god. You
I know
are
what the people want.
the people want just chilled white
They want
wine.
chilled white wine.
That's what they want, man. But yeah, that's I try to chill stuff beforehand.
Because it really does change,
It does.
which is wild. Danny and I started like in the summer chilling our red wine,
Yeah.
which people tell you not to do,
Yeah, they say room temperature.
but it's pretty good.
I wonder why they tell you that.
But I can't drink, so I'm very much like seasonally with wine. Like I can't drink red wine in the summer. Makes me hot.
Wine will make me hot. Just right now, steaming.
You a little warm?
Steaming right now.
I was nervous about wearing a sweater.
So, like I was telling you earlier, like it's this, it's cold right now because we're in the winter.
Right.
I hate winter. I hate snowing. I hope it never snows again. Anyway, it doesn't. The upstairs, it doesn't always like heat as quickly or as good as I wanted to. So I was gonna say, hey, just wear something warm, but you kind of took care of that.
I'm grateful for the chill.
Yeah.
But we, I can't remember which one of my friends was like, have you ever had a cold red wine? And I was like, well, no, you're not supposed to do that. And then I had it with her, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I really only drink reds in the winter, and I never have a red in the summer. Never once.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So the thing about me and reds is I just feel like most reds are just like dry. They have this like dryness about them.
Well, it's like you sip it and it sucks all the moisture out of your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like cotton immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like cotton ball and the feeling or whatever. It reminds me of when I got my whiskey today out and it just stuck them jumps in the back of my mouth, bro. Like I know there was like moisture back there, but I couldn't because all it was the cotton ball.
Do you like a red blend?
I do. I realize that red blends are cool.
I feel like they are
I
kind
just feel like they don't count as reds, like pure reds, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because your Merlots,
Yeah.
those I think those are pure reds. Red blends are like it's like a cheat code kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's almost like whites have like a table white, is what they call it. And I really don't know what that is, but I guess that would be like a red blend.
I would assume so. Is there something called a white blend?
I don't know.
They should make that.
There's gotta be.
I would assume so. Right?
Sure.
Let's just say yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say yeah.
It's kind of cool. Danny and I went to Charlottesville. We had like a getaway weekend, and we did a bunch of wineries. And there was this one winery, and I can't remember the name of it, but you can sign up once a month. They do this thing where you can come in and create your own blend.
Ooh.
I know, it's kind of cool.
That
And
sounds right.
so you go, and a blend is literally just a combination of different reds or whatever. But you pour different ones, and you create like a taste that you like, and they bottle it for you. You get your own label. Like, it was kind of sweet.
Sweet. Yeah.
But
So what y'all doing?
we didn't do that. We just heard about it while we were there.
Oh. So what y'all do? Oh, yeah, no, we didn't do that. Sounded great though. Yeah. Yes.
But that same trip at the same winery, and I still can't remember the name of it, we were there, and we met this really awesome older couple, and they bought us the most expensive bottle on the menu to take with us. They were like, we love y'all, like, we got
That's
you this
awesome.
gift, and they were on their way out. And it was a $90 bottle of wine, which is $80 more than I will ever spend on a bottle of wine.
That's insane.
And we got back to our hotel, and I opened the door to get our luggage out, and the bottle rolled out and shattered in the parking lot.
But they had some beforehand.
I sucked it off the parking lot floor. It was
Oh my god.
rolled out and shattered. $90 bottle of wine.
Sick.
I was
I
like,
mean,
Danny, give me a straw.
It's like you didn't pay for it, so it's like it's not that bad. But the fact that just knowing that it was $90 bottle of wine. Oh.
So sad.
Oh my god.
Isn't that awful?
Oh my god. I feel sick. Cause
Yeah. It was not a good day.
oh my god. Now you gotta get like $9, $10 bottles just to make up for
Right.
it. Yeah. So you did say y'all actually did a honeymoon, right?
We did a mini moon.
Okay, so
Mhm.
what did y'all do? Because we just did like a weekend. Like it wasn't even a weekend away. It was like a day away. So
Yeah. So we went to this place called Primland. It's like a mountain resort.
okay.
It was awesome. It was weird because COVID.
Right.
So Primland is known for like this incredible spa and like all these activities that you can do in the mountains, and so many of them were closed because of COVID. And let me tell you, that place was But it was so much fun. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I'm glad we didn't book a honeymoon because at the time when both of us got married,
That's what I'm
you couldn't travel anywhere. So
that's why I was gonna say like we were going leading up to it. That was like the one thing that I kept just putting off, like as far as like planning. I was like, we got everything else. What are we doing for a honeymoon? Like, the thing is, I don't want to go somewhere and not be able to do things. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, I just feel like if we did that, we would eventually been like really kind of like let that.
Right.
It would have been able to do
Right.
so that's why I suggested, hey, let's just go out somewhere, real quick,
Mhm.
anyway, whatever, and then reevaluate next year.
Yeah.
Do like an anniversary thing. So,
That's what we're thinking too.
yeah.
Brooklyn was cool. It's up in the mountains. It's beautiful.
We should go together. We should do something together.
That would be sweet. I will plan it.
Y'all.
I'll take the lead.
Y'all have this thing where y'all like to just like make plans like without. Like.
Well, because y'all aren't reliable.
Wow.
And I don't mean that.
No, you said it. Like,
I don't.
This recording, everybody heard exactly what you said. It's fine.
I don't mean that as a negative. But
Brandon
like,
Braxton is not reliable. I mean, that's fine. That's
let
whatever.
me tell you most of my conversations with Danny. I talk about things, and then a minute later he's like, huh? Like, that's how it goes.
Well, wait. What is he doing when you're talking to him?
It doesn't matter. Watching TV, checking Bleacher Report.
You have to check Bleacher.
You don't.
Yes, you do.
Playing his video games.
That's your fault. If you were talking to him while he's playing a video game, you deserve everything that you get. Sorry.
And I will plan it.
Y'all do that anyway.
I will say.
Listen, let me tell you. I finished texting you, let you know that, you were next up for the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, so I wanted to be like, hey, I just want to let you know, Casey said, I was like, hey, I scheduled my next episode. She said, yeah, she said she's trying to make it a couple episodes. I was like, oh, so you're making plans behind our back already? I'm like, jeez, I just made the plan for you, Casey.
We had scheduled that, texted Anna, and I was like, we have to find a way to get Stick to like do a couple episodes.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
He already told me no, but you're his wife, so maybe you have a little more like leeway.
Look at that. I'm just, like, you're behind my back immediately. Like, we just made the plan.
It's one of those things like when you're a kid and you go to your mom and they tell you no,
Oh,
so you
it's
go
a
to
classic.
dad.
It's a classic.
Right.
That's a classic.
You told me no, so I'm gonna go to Anna.
My favorite was when it's like, I would go, because the thing is, you have to know which parent is going to be more likely to say yes, right? And then you have to figure out which parent is going to say, go talk to whoever. It's so smart. So what I used to do is, if it's something that I know that I can, it's iffy, I would go to my mom first. Say, hey, can I da-da-da-da-da? Go ask your dad. I already know he's saying yeah. So I'm just waiting. I'm plotting like, yeah, okay. And then boom.
I got screwed as a kid because mine was the opposite. Like, so I grew up, my dad, I don't know if you knew this, he was the chief of the fire department for Henrico County. So he would work 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And so he was gone a lot at the firehouse. And so I would go to dad first because he doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
Not all the time. And I'd be like, Dad, can I do this? And he'd be like, ask your mom. And I'm like, she's of course going to tell me no.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta bank on that person not saying that.
But so either way, I was screwed. I go to mom first, she says no. Or I go to dad, he says, ask your mom.
Oh, you just follow up. If she said that,
So then I don't listen to either of them and I just do it anyways.
I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Definitely not.
Yeah, you should not do that. That's how you end up in worse trouble than what you would have been in the first place.
But speaking of me going to Anna to ask for permission, Danny, after y'all's wedding, y'all really kind of like made me the bad guy in my own wedding planning after y'all's wedding.
I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. I don't understand.
No, I don't blame you. I blame Anna.
There we go. That's fine. Then,
She
yeah, I
was
agree.
like a very chill, cool bride
Oh, yeah.
who gave you like a lot of options and like you got to have your wrestling debut and like all these things and you were allowed to have an opinion.
Whereas
Do you see where this is going?
That you were a dictator? Yeah. Good.
Whereas,
This
like,
is what we're doing.
our wedding planning process, Danny had like little to no like say in what happened in the day.
Right, and I should have noticed that. He's like, oh man, you doing what? Yeah. I was like, I should go right to Casey with this. I was like, yeah, you should. It just didn't. I guess it didn't get to that point. Okay.
So after your day, Danny was like, man, Anna's a pretty cool bride. Like, look what she let Stick do. Can I do this? Can I wear her wig at our wedding? I was like, okay. Well, no. But yes, Anna is a very cool bride. I'm not a cool bride.
I am not a cool bride.
I am not chill.
So did you get like the bridezilla thing that they kind of say?
No. I was pretty cool, calm, and collected throughout the whole thing.
Mm.
I am very much like a planner in the sense of like I know what I want.
Mm.
And like when we're getting ready to go on vacation, I make packing lists like for me and I make one for Danny. Like I'm that person. I'm very like type A personality, and
You like to make sure everything is in order.
I'm like very OCD, and Danny's not.
Right, yeah.
So it's just easier for me to just, I don't know. It made it pretty stressful because like my mom throughout the process, I would get really overwhelmed, and she was like, put stuff on other people, like give us things, like delegate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for me to delegate is almost more stressful because I'm going to give you a responsibility.
You lose the control back.
But I'm going to be on top of you, making sure it's how I want.
So it might be worse, actually.
So it's going to be more stressful.
So it's almost better to let me stress it out. Let me stress it out.
Yes, it's easier for me to do everything than try to get other people to do it how I want.
Right. And listen, that makes sense. My thing is I told her, like, listen, I only want this, that, and the third. This is how when I thought of it, I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
I like this and like this. Everything else, I don't care.
And that's how it was for us.
Do your thing.
Yeah, Danny was like, the only thing I really care about is the food. And I
Yeah.
was like, cool. That's
And
like
that-
what I
and-
care
and
about
that-
the least.
And that was it for me.
Right.
So and it worked out in the favor, because my thing was, it's not like I felt like, for me, I didn't want to interfere with things that, the typical thing that a bride was looking for. Like, whatever you want them to hold and whatever you want to do, that's fine. I just want to go out with my guys like this, and I want to come into the wedding like this. Cause
I will
that's how I
say,
envision it.
what I loved so freaking much about y'all's wedding is how there were so many small details that were so unique to y'all.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say I had a cookie cutter wedding, but like, we didn't have a lot of unique details that were specific to like our personalities and things that we loved and liked. But y'all with like the books instead of bouquets, and like y'all coming out, like you and the groomsmen as y'all did, like it was so special, and you will always look back and know that no one else did that.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it like I said, it was everything turned out exactly how it should have. And I can look back on that day. We'll look back on that day and just be like, this was a really good
And I will tell you, from the guest perspective, it made us feel like we were a part of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
personal that it brought everybody in, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Y'all did an awesome job.
Danny stole the show. Every time. I swear, every time I turned around, he had the wig back on. I'm like, what? Dog.
Do you know that
the
this is our
entrances are
life?
over. Does he still put the wigs on?
He has multiple wigs, and I can't find a way to get rid of
Does he
them.
decide just to be a different person every?
He's got a green one that he
Nice.
wears like sometimes.
Nice.
He's got a bright red one.
Nice.
Now, thanks to you, he's got the blonde mullet. Like,
That's my favorite.
it's an issue.
It's an issue.
It's an issue.
Oh, that is funny.
Love the wig.
But it was fun, man, and like I said, we'll always look back on it and just fond memories for sure.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Fond memories for sure.
And you couldn't have asked for a prettier day.
Yeah, that was the other thing, just because it's in November.
Mhm.
Like, you don't know if it's gonna be super cold.
It was
you don't know
warm.
if it's gonna be rainy. You didn't know what. So just to have it perfect weather.
Yes.
I'll take it. Plus, it was, just being outside. I was like, really hoping that everything just stays
Yeah.
the course.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was a good day though, man. And yeah.
We were happy to be there.
Yeah, I was, I guess, I had to have my brother up there, man. That's my guy. What, so, I hate when people ask it, because, like, it doesn't, especially if you live together for a while, it really doesn't change much with how is married life.
I know.
Everyone asks that, and I'm like, it doesn't really change.
It's so funny because I got my hair cut on Thursday, and my hairdresser, who I've been going to forever, got married like a few weeks before me.
Mm.
And she was like, so am I the first person that's asked you how, like, or who hasn't asked you how's married life?
Right, yeah.
Because everyone asks it, but it's really no different.
It's not. Like, there's nothing that changes. Because for me, I've always said that a lot of people say that, you should do, there's a certain, like, order of what you're supposed to do. Like, get married and move in together, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever order. But I've done, like, a lot of the
I was going to say,
milestones
you and I are similar
beforehand.
in the sense that, like, we've been living together, and it's not new.
Like, I would, for me, and that's just, people do things differently, but I would never jump into a marital type of living with somebody, because you have to understand, like, you have to realize the nuances of your partner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, what if, like, you could be with somebody like, oh, everything's great when we're together. It's like but we don't live together. It's like, well, how do you not know what type of tics she has, or what type of things he does?
Are they clean? Or are they messy? Or are they?
Yeah. Like, what if he has like this annoying?
I've literally contemplated putting a basketball hoop above our dirty clothes hamper in the hopes that it motivates Danny to put his dirty clothes in the hamper. Because am I allowed to say like semi-casual cuss words?
You can say whatever cuss words you want.
I shit you not. Danny puts his dirty clothes right next to the hamper, and I'm like, you are an inch and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I put a basketball hoop, he might
start just shooting in there. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's 100% possible.
But I needed to know this like before we got married.
But let's look at it this way too, though. Like, yeah, you said it's like, so here's the hamper and here's the clothes, I assume.
Yes.
Do you like bend? Do you squat to pick up the clothes?
Oh yeah, I put all of this stuff in the dirty hamper.
Sounds like you're getting exercise. Look at my guy trying to make sure you get some exercise
Don't
on your
make
day.
excuses for
Look
him.
at him.
Don't make excuses.
Listen, what a guy. What a guy.
So thoughtful.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
So thoughtful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is for me, it's just like I know probably everything I need to know about her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like.
Well, y'all been together forever.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's true. That's when you think about like the time period. Like, yeah, for a lot of it was on and off.
Because when did y'all start dating? Like what point in college?
So sophomore year was when we started dating.
Wow.
It was like on and off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't necessarily like to count college, because college is like a controlled experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're taking a bunch of people who are strangers for the most part, throwing them into the same spot for 4 years, and then counting and just realizing they're different interactions as you go along.
Because Danny and I also dated in college for like a few months.
Right. So it's like, yes, can you build relationships during that time? Yes. But like, there are different variables and different things where it's like a bunch of convenience, it's a bunch of, there's just different variables or whatever. So like, yeah, we started dating in college, but like, our relationship got stronger like outside of college. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
Because you get to live with that person, you get to see that person every day, you get to learn more about that person because you're with them all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Dan and I was talking about. Like, what if we just stayed together? But I feel like timing is everything. Like, yes, we kind of dated in college, but like, that wasn't the right moment.
Correct. It's
you know what I mean?
it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because I wake up, there's the person. I get to see how this person does like, all their routine. So I know that Anna snores.
Oh, she so does Danny.
You know what I'm saying? You ever just sometimes just think,
if I just put a pillow over there.
oh my God, yes! That's what I'm saying! That is what I'm saying. Like, look at this pillow. It's so fluffy.
Breathe in real deep.
But like, so like, for me, it's like, I know, like there are days where I'm like, oh my God, it's so loud. But I'm so used to it now, it's just like, it don't even bother me. I can just be like on my TV.
But I'm such a light sleeper. Are you a light sleeper?
Oh, no, I'm a heavy sleeper. I slept with a fire alarm once.
I'm the lightest sleeper. Nike will wake up and lick her paw, and I'm up for the next 2 hours.
Nike's my favorite. Nike.
She's literally the worst.
No, what?
She's the worst.
I saw the picture you posted where, I think Danny was eating. Nike was like, hey man, come on,
just praying for something to drop.
You know what this is. Just go and drop a piece out of here. Come on, what you doing?
So Danny and I just very recently finally got a king size bed.
Nice.
Before then, we had a queen, which is fine.
Queens are decent. I feel like,
what do y'all have?
We have a king now. We used to have a queen.
Thank God. I don't know what I did before this bed because Danny would have a nightmare and literally punch me in the face.
That's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny.
I can count. I can't count on both hands the number of times where Danny was like fighting someone in his nightmare and hit me.
No, why is he fighting in the middle of that?
I don't know. But I'm like, before I get a black eye, we need to get a king size bed because we need to have
as
space.
much space as possible. So for me, the king size thing was for me. maybe because like, dude, I'm 6'10".
That was for me.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'10", and I it's a miracle that I was able to sleep in like college beds.
How?
So normally,
And our dorm beds had a footboard, like.
exactly. So I curl up when I sleep. I usually sleep in like I bring my legs like up or whatever,
Yeah.
and I usually sleep on my side. So it's not as hard as I make it seem. However, I sometimes I do stretch out. I would like to just stretch out and not have my feet be off of the bed. So the king side was just it was a necessary thing, right? But at the same time, do you like cuddling?
At first, before I fall asleep.
Right.
But then I need space. Like, I'm a very hot person.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Danny always tells me, like, my skin is lava. Like, if he's cold, he'll touch me because I'm always hot.
Yeah.
Just naturally.
Uh-huh.
And so I can't be touching someone if I'm trying to sleep.
See, and that's the thing. Like it's cool. I'm not a cuddler.
Right.
I don't really like cuddling a lot. However, I like space.
I need space.
Because when I turn,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to turn and have that space.
Are you a stomach sleeper at all?
I'm a side sleeper.
I'm a stomach sleeper. I'm a stomach sleeper with a leg up.
I don't understand that.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
don't understand.
Have you tried it?
I've tried to sleep on the stomach. I cannot do it.
It's the way to go.
I cannot do it.
That's why I'm
I don't-
terrified of getting pregnant and I can't sleep on my stomach
Hey, listen.
because I probably won't sleep.
You'll sleep, trust me. You'll sleep. It's crazy to think, because, like, Anna's not like a back sleeper, right?
She's a back sleeper.
She's not.
Oh.
She's not really like a back sleeper. Like, she'll do it every now and then, but she's not really a back
Mhm.
sleeper. But when she was pregnant, she kind of had
to.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But even then, it's so much weight like on you.
it's,
Oh god.
you'll be okay though, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
You'll be okay.
I'm gonna be cranky. Mind you, Danny and I want enough kids to fill a basketball court, but
Yeah, no, now, so let it be.
that's not news.
Dan will be an amazing dad, bro. 'Cause
Oh, the best.
Oh my God, what?
Mhm.
Oh my God, he's good with kids. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like, let him do it on his terms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let him
Right.
do it on his terms.
We'll get there.
Because don't force it. All right, you want to do mine now?
All right.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know which one it was. This one?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is one of those wines from Naked Wines, nakedwines.com, where you can get independent wines from independent winemakers, 60% off market price.
I've never heard of Naked Wines.
Naked Wines, man. I got some of these, like 12 of these. Probably cost like $120, cost me $60.
Wow.
So it's good, man. This is from Argentina. It's a Mauricio Lorca, and it is a Malbec. So I don't remember. Have I had a Malbec before? I'm actually surprised this hasn't cut off yet. I'm actually, I can't remember if I've had a Malbec before, honestly.
Our favorite boxed wine is a Malbec. I know.
Again, I'm super surprised.
I should have brought box.
Dog.
I've got one in my fridge right now.
Why?
Mind you, it's been.
We're not in college anymore. You don't have to do that.
It's cool though.
But you don't have to do it anymore. It's over for that.
But I can buy with a box 4 bottles for the price of 2.
You could. You definitely could. It's just interesting.
And it stays like fresh.
I know.
I'll bring a box next time I'm on the show.
We did. So I told you that I do want to end up doing like couple stuff.
That'd be so fun.
I think that should be part of the anniversary episode.
That's a really good idea.
Just have both of us, me, you, and Danny on.
That'd be so fun.
We play like game. Oh, we can get like Cards of Humanity.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I promise we'll take it seriously.
Well, that will probably end the marriage. One of us. one of our marriages will be over that day, but whatever. It's all good. But yeah, I do want to do that. I think like next year too. I'm gonna kind of do like something like a couples thing. Like,
yeah,
like
that'd be really
Valentine's
fun.
Day or something. Just try something new. Man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to think what we can talk about. Because I think we should do like some flash questions.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I like to gauge the interests of my guests, you know.
My main interest is wine. Just kidding.
You don't have to lie. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
Thank you.
Oh God, it's bloody.
Oh, it's dark.
Bloody L.
Speaking of bloody, how do you take your meats?
So I'm a medium well type guy.
I am too.
So here's the thing. When I used to get steaks, they used to be well done, like all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how everybody got it. But there's a certain time in your life where it's like, oh no, the less you cook it, the better it tastes. Because when you get it well, it's tough, you know.
It's true.
But then I'm not doing the rare thing, because that's basically just still the animals living.
It's still mooing.
Yeah, I can't. No. But a nice medium well, you can go with that.
My thing with a burger, if the blood has now made my bottom bun soggy,
if my bun is red,
we have a problem.
It shouldn't be carrot top. It shouldn't.
I
shouldn't
agree.
be that way.
I think I've reached a point where I could do medium.
Medium's cool. I'm cool with
I don't want blood dripping into my side dishes. I don't want bloody mashed potatoes.
Do you like your food touching?
No.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. People always say oh yeah.
It's all going to the same place.
Oh, I like when the macaroni and cheese touches the candy hands. Or let's just keep it separate.
Right.
That's cool, bro. I can't. But it's not, that doesn't bother me because a sweet sweet with the mac and cheese, that's actually kind of fire. But it's when you have greens, green beans and the juice slides into your chicken and stuff. I'm like, bro, now my chicken's soggy.
Thank you.
I don't lost the crunch on there, bro. It's crazy.
I'm ridiculous to the point where I put the green beans on first.
Yeah.
And then I get a paper towel to soak up all the juice. I tilt the plate so that all the juice goes into the paper towel so that I can put my other things on and know that green bean juice isn't getting all over everything else.
When people get the spoons for that stuff, I'm like, bro, get the one with the holes in it.
Right, so it drains.
Please, I don't want the one. Don't get me the solid one, because now the juice is on my jaw. Now it's running across all my food.
Danny also knows that when he makes me a burger, to get a paper towel and pat all the grease and oil off of it because I don't want that on my bun.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
He knows that now.
He's just like, yeah.
It does as it is. He's like, this is your burger.
He is not. You see that commercial? I think it's the Snickers commercial
No.
where there's a lady on the couch and the dude comes in. He says, hey, what's wrong? And she turns and says, nothing. And turns back out to the window and he just goes. And just walks away.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my god.
Why do y'all do that? Can you tell me why do y'all do that?
Because you should know that something's wrong.
I'm not a psychic. There it is.
There we go.
It's I'm not a psychic.
We are back and someone poured more wine. We didn't even you realize we didn't even taste it.
I just felt like yours had more in it.
But
now I have more.
Yes! What are you doing? Alright, let's go ahead and take a sniff. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that looks like that's gonna be aggressive.
I'm gonna like it.
You're gonna like it. Now can you tell me why? Because I'm afraid actually.
I don't know.
The aroma's strong.
It's fruity. It also smells a little dry, which is why you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
You're about to have cotton mouth.
I think so.
I don't know what it means when you get the legs.
A friend told me.
Well, those are my legs. I just got one. There's one.
I think it's a higher alcohol content. What's up, y'all?
Did you introduce this wine?
I did. It's 14%. So, yeah.
So we're getting heavier.
Yeah, we're getting into the nitty gritty.
Okay. Not that dry, actually.
It's not that dry.
You don't like it?
So what I've learned about red wines is that I think me, I don't know fully until I try them.
Interesting.
Because I feel like a lot of red wines are going to be really good. There are some where I'm like, I put them in two different categories. There's one where they say, oh, a glass of red wine is good for you every day for your heart. There's that bag, and then there's the other bag where it's like, you probably should eat something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this one is an it's not. It's okay. It's okay.
I read that a glass of red wine has the same benefits for your heart as an hour of cardio. Isn't that wild?
That's something.
So I don't need to go to the gym anymore.
That's not what I'm saying at all. Actually, that's not what I'm saying at all. Did I switch the battery? I did switch the battery.
Yeah. I like it.
It's okay. It's pretty good. All right.
Danny would really like this.
Would he really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. So let's do
He loves Malbec though.
let's do some flash questions.
Okay. I'm nervous.
All right. What if you have to go and give me one 90s show that you love and that you would watch on a desert island?
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned a fun fact yesterday. Did
Okay.
you know that Zach Morris actually is
So fine. Loved him as a middle schooler.
Listen, everyone has a crush.
Ooh, actually now I'm questioning myself.
Okay.
What was it? But now I can't think of the name. What was the TV show where he would crawl up to her, he would climb a ladder to her window?
Clover Six Months and All.
What'd you say?
Clover 6 Months and All.
Nope.
Oh, sister?
No. No. They were in high school. Shoot.
The dude that would climb into the window of the girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Clover 6 Months and All.
No.
What?
Nope. Not at all.
Dog.
Oh.
Like she didn't date the dude though, right?
I'm gonna have to text you because
I promise you, listen.
I 100% promise you it's not Clarissa explains it all.
Okay, so this is what we
One of the characters' name was Percy.
Who the hell is that? Percy?
Shoot, yes. Oh.
Oh my god, you're killing me. No, see.
We'll start with Saved by the Bell, but I'll text you whatever it was.
Okay. Because
Man. Dawson's Creek.
oh.
Ooh, or One Tree Hill. That's a hard question that you asked me to start with.
You picked like 4 different shows so
I can't
So-
decide.
I like Dawson's Creek because I hate Dawson's Creek. I like Dawson's Creek's theme song.
Okay.
And that I don't wanna wait for my life
To be over.
Yeah, see I like that.
Yeah.
But after that credits after the title sequence over, I hate it.
loved Dawson's Creek.
One Tree Hill is unrealistic. White dudes getting off on basketball.
So good.
Like that. Alright, dog. Listen.
And then the best basketball player knocks up the cheerleader.
Like,
And,
alright. I was like, come on, dog. Like,
but then they're in love.
oh my god.
So good.
It's cheesy TV. It is such cheesy TV. But yeah, it's okay. So, which one are you going with specifically?
That's really hard. Okay, if I had to rewatch one today,
Yeah, right now. Like,
you're not gonna like my answer.
Like if you go home right now, I'm watching this.
You're not gonna like my answer.
Is it Gilmore Girls?
No, it's gonna be One Tree Hill. I did not like Gilmore Girls. My mom loves that.
I hate it. You know why I hate
The
it?
acting is so bad.
So, and the conversation doesn't make sense. Like, cause when they start talking, it's like as soon as she finishes that, she goes right to the other person. I'm like, dog.
Right.
Stop
And the mom's
doing
like
that.
trying to be funny, but like it's not.
Oh my god, oh girl, oh my god.
I know.
God, I hate that show. Okay, One Tree Hill. So they used to watch One Tree Hill. We used to actually have a group that would watch shows together, and One Tree Hill was one. One Tree Hill and what was the other stupid show? Oh my god, it was something similar to that. Not One Tree Hill. Oh, it's gonna lose me. Oh my god. I wish I knew what it was, but I can't remember it right now. Okay. Okay, so we'll stay there. So now you have that 90s soundtrack. What CD are you? CD, you got your Walkman, because you know we're old now. You have your Walkman. What CD you popping?
Alright, so my first VHS tape that I ever had was Dixie Chicks.
I'm just here.
But my first favorite CD that I had was Nelly.
What is up with Okay, so listen, Anna also has Nelly, and that was like her. I think that was her first rap jump.
Okay, but let me tell you what.
But what is up with white women and Nelly?
Guess what happened?
Did it get taken from you? I hope so.
It didn't just get taken. Let me tell you what happened. So I got the Nelly CD by myself, obviously, because my parents wouldn't buy it for me.
Right, yeah.
I got the explicit version.
See, that was
So
that was your first one.
I got in the car to go to school one day, and my Nelly CD was literally shattered.
Oh, so they must have checked it. They must have listened to the shit.
Shattered. And I was like, what happened? And my mom goes, oh, it must have been really cold last night. She literally blamed the cold for shattering my Nelly CD. It had Hot in Here on it.
Yes, I'm aware. It did. And if it was the exclusive version, I can see why
I
they
was
might have been like, you know
mad.
what?
Oh, it must have been really cold. Really, Mom? You clearly broke this into 100 pieces.
What? No.
Yeah.
Never. This ain't that bad, actually.
No, it's good.
Like, after a while, it's not that bad.
It's also our third wine.
Yeah.
So everything after is going to taste better.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You're gonna watch a 90s cartoon. What you watch?
Doug?
So did you know that was based off Richmond?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy. People don't realize that Bluffington is based off Richmond.
I also love Rugrats.
Did you see that making their redoing that?
No.
Yeah. That Paramount Plus thing, that new streaming services come out, they're doing a reboot.
It's probably not as good.
See, the thing is, are they doing new adventures or are they just rebooting original stories from them? Either way is terrible.
It's not going to be as good.
Because it's like, bruh, like, Hollywood just can't, they have no original ideas. They're rebooting everything.
Well, and kids don't have the experience that we had.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Shows were so much better when we were growing up.
What the
One
fuck
Peppa Pig.
He gets like something he said, like, British accent for a couple of years.
I cannot.
It's just crazy, but there are some shows that we had that were terrible. Like, like my brother was young. He used to watch that Caillou kid.
Yeah. That was after us, though.
It
like,
was. Technically
that
it was.
missed us.
So my brother would watch it, and then my parents started watching, like, yo, this kid is that. He would be just telling us, I hate you, no consequences whatsoever. Took, like, some lipstick, rid it all over her face, like, dog, like, what's wrong with y'all?
I used to think Johnny Bravo was hot.
Johnny Bravo is a sexual harassment label written all over him.
I liked him.
He is an Elvis impersonator.
I liked him.
He is terrible.
Johnny
Bravo was good. The show was funny, but like today they can't play that because he is aggressive.
I also used to sneak watch Beavis and Butthead. I remember getting caught one time. My parents were pissed.
I remember watching Beavis and Butthead, but it was like by mistake. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was a bad show that is just looking back. I'm like, why did they watch it? Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy is a horrible.
Remember Cat Dog?
Cat Dog was...
There were some stupid shows, actually, thinking back.
And Dog, we were just rocking.
Or what was one with the beavers that lived?
Angry Beavers?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, like... But
kids
like,
these days would be like, what?
So wait, it's a cat and dog together?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what makes it fun.
That's exactly what it is. Alright, this camera been giving me all types of trouble. Let's see. So we did the cartoon. We did this song. All right. So, Pick'ems. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
Okay.
NSYNC was my first concert as a kid. And Britney Spears opened up for them, but Britney Spears was like a nobody at the time. So we all went to the bathroom, like, while Britney was performing.
How insane is that, by the way?
Crazy. But NSYNC, I went with T, who you met. She was my maid of honor. Her parents are Tiny and Chris. And they all came out in their space suits with like water guns.
Yeah.
And I remember Justin Timberlake like shot his water gun and it like hit us. And we got in an actual fight.
You know how sick that sounds, right? I just want you to know how that sounds coming out.
I'm well aware.
Okay, I just want you got hit by.
We got in an actual fight about who he was aiming for.
Wow.
Like he clearly saw next to me.
And shot you with his water gun. I just want to make sure that you're hearing what you're saying.
I know.
Okay, I listen. Whew,
I know.
Man, this wine is delicious.
But so what's funny is my dad, as chief of fire, he would work like emergency for a lot of concerts in Richmond.
Yeah.
So I would go and be able to go backstage because he would be back there.
Yeah.
So he worked one country concert with Leanne Rimes and Alan Jackson.
Okay.
And I got to go back and like meet them, but he couldn't do the NSYNC one.
Of course. I think he could have, and he was like, nah.
I would have died. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have survived that. But, okay, so Backstreet Boys are 98 Degrees.
I think Backstreet Boys.
Ooh.
Yeah, nah. 90 Degrees is cool, but nah.
I loved them.
Backstreet, it's this. If you're doing like 90s tiers boy bands, it's what's called NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and then it's everybody else. Everybody else is below that tier. To me. 98 Degrees is in the second tier, but it's yeah.
I had posters of every single one of them in my room.
You would. That's Nick Lachey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Nick Lachey. What was their big hit?
See, now I seem like not a 98 Degrees fan because I can't think of one.
They had that super hit. I was like, Remember Handsome?
Duh. Bop.
Remember how they bullshitted people on that? Bop, bop, dop, doom, bop, shipping, dop, dop. Come on, man. You're not saying nothing. Like, what are you doing?
They tried to come back. Did you know that? Like, very recently.
Come on, son.
They had their long hair. I was like, they're so cool.
And that's really all it was. It was the long hair that got y'all. Like, Doug, what?
And it was the youngest one that was the cutest.
Remember LFO?
Duh.
Come on.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, that was my jump.
I did like LFO. The boy band's kind of dead now.
No one does. You know who does boy bands? Korea.
Who?
Korea does boy bands.
Who?
Korea, the country.
Oh.
All types of boy bands. That boy band, girl band thing is really huge in that culture. They don't do it now.
That was a good time.
They don't do it in America no more, man. It's all about the individual.
That's a shame.
It's sad, bro.
Because people are selfish.
Hey, listen, I want this stuff for myself. But you know what the thing is about boy bands too, though, is eventually every last one of them, someone gets singled out, and that is the person.
Mm-hmm.
Justin was the guy.
Yep.
It's crazy though. Backstreet Boy didn't have that guy, cause no one broke out like that. There was the two dudes. The dude was like he was the Justin like of the group or whatever. But like he didn't break out like
none of the
Justin
others
did.
had it. Well, and then with Backstreet Boys, Nick Lachey had his brother Aaron. No.
Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter.
Aaron
Carter. Yep.
Yes, I did love him for a little bit.
Nick or Aaron?
Aaron.
Really?
And his party song. You know what I'm talking about? When he had that house party?
Yeah, I do remember. And then he said he's gonna be Shaq in a song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whew, man. I'm convinced that like we did have good music, but some of our music was trash.
Garbage.
Super trash.
But we loved it when it was out.
Super trash.
It was really bad.
What's one song that people would be surprised that you liked?
Ooh.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll give you two.
Okay. This is a really hard question.
So, I like Copacabana.
Okay.
I love that song. That song. First of all, that song is sick, by the way, because it's such an upbeat song, but it's about a lady losing the love of her life in a shootout in a club, and then her going crazy. That's the thing with that song. It is sick. Other song, Dancing Queen by ABBA.
This is a really hard question because I like to think I have a very like eclectic taste when it comes to music. Like
for sure.
I like a lot of different genres.
But like that's the thing, like people will box you and be like, oh, you probably like this, that, and
right.
the other. But like, what's a song that like somebody would like, oh, that's in your iTunes, that's in your music library.
Ooh, that's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can answer this in the time that we have left on the show. I love Eminem.
That's fair.
I might have gotten that from Danny though.
Yeah, you definitely got that from Dan. I can see Buffalo Bill playing consistently in that household.
So I was born and raised country.
Okay.
Born and raised country. My mom really likes classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad is country to the core. Wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. That's hard. Shoot. I played a really dirty song for Danny today that I really liked that I learned on TikTok.
Oh God.
But it was from a LPB Pootie. Have you ever heard of them?
Absolutely not.
It's called Batman.
It's called Batman.
It's called Batman. I really like that song.
Now I have to find this song.
I'm gonna have to think on it. Can I think on it? I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you came to the volleyball house. Like we love our trap music
Yeah, for sure. Especially the thing is, like, for people, like the thing is, people know me. I'm not gonna have a country song in there, so
Right.
that's why like Dancing Queen is
Right.
an amazing song. I love that song. It's a great song.
Wow. That's a really hard question.
Yeah,
That's a
it
good
is.
one though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to come back to you on. I'll think on it.
You think on it,
Okay.
and then
Shoot.
yeah.
I do like WAP.
I'm proud of you for liking WAP, I guess. Listen to how you say it. I like WAP. Oh, okay. Good for you.
So Davey and I have a Peloton,
Mm.
and my favorite instructor, his name's Cody, and he always has the best music, and I took a ride with him recently, and WAP was one of the songs, and Cody gets off the bike and starts like dancing, and I don't know, it's like a feel-good song. Like, I get hyped about it.
It's
inappropriate. It's horrid,
especially
but-
if it's the unedited version.
Yeah. I'll think.
Yeah. Maybe on your next episode.
My
You'll
next
have-
episode.
you'll have
Next
it.
weekend.
You'll have it. Wow. You'll have an answer for it.
Yeah. Gotta ponder.
Yeah. Okay, so here at Clueless Vino, what we like to do is we like to give rankings for each one that we've had.
Okay.
And then we decide which was the best wine of the day. So first up we have the house wine?
Mm-hmm.
House wine.
The rosé.
Rosé. We said that had, I would say, 12% alcohol. What would you give that out of 5 glasses of wine? You can do half, quarters if you need to.
So that's hard because I know that wine already. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, sure.
Out
Give whatever you think.
of the 3,
Just focus
Okay.
on this one.
out of what,
5.
10?
Out of 5.
4.5.
4.5. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
I love that wine.
Okay. Now, does this come in like bottles at all?
Nope.
Just strictly cans.
Mhm.
Interesting. So it's interesting that it doesn't come in a can. Oh, it doesn't come in a bottle because like that's they're like hitting for a niche
And they
like
did it.
audience. You know what
And
I'm saying?
you can't, it's sold out in a lot of places.
That's crazy. I can see this being like popular
So I
because
went
like
to Target.
cans are just like convenient.
Right. So I went to Target where I got this white wine. And both of these, the section where they would be, it had the label of where they were. They
Yeah.
were gone.
Yeah. So these come individual or like in packets?
Individual.
They come in individual.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. For about $5 a can.
Damn,
Mhm.
that's great because
So when you think about it, it's like $10 a bottle.
but I forgot 2 of these is a full
Mhm.
bottle. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that a 3.5.
Interesting. Why?
Because I do enjoy it. I think I like it better than the rosé I had on the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those wines where I could have it every day, if and the type of thing, but I don't know if I would have it every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would get this for a very specific reason.
Okay.
We're having a thing outside.
Like a barbecue.
Let me get this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus I want a wine for, the house. I don't know if I would grab these.
It's also hard because it's not like a party pleaser in the sense where people might see bottles and pour a glass. They're
Right.
probably less likely to open a can.
Yeah.
Because you kind of commit to a can.
It's the present. Right. You can't just
Right.
be like, I'm gonna pour a quarter
Right.
of this.
You
Where-
put it to a can.
Yeah, you have to drink the entire
People
thing.
aren't going to see an open can and pour the rest in their glass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting presentation that they've set up. I
But I do like the label also.
it's bold. I like that. I like
It's
the
simple.
difference.
It's kind of cool.
Exactly. It's bold what they're doing, but I like it. And don't get me wrong, I do like this.
Mhm.
It's just I just
The concept of the can is what's throwing you off.
very much so.
Gotcha.
But I do like the boldness that they're going with.
That makes sense to me.
Um,
So with those two, would you choose bubbly or
I was
regular?
I was just regular.
Regular.
I would choose regular because the bubbly is cool, but the regular was nice.
Mhm.
I just like the subtlety.
Right.
Of that one. Beauty and Chaos, the Pinot Grigio that we had from 2018, it had an alcohol content of 13.5. What would you give that?
I would give it a 3.
Okay.
I picked it because I love the label.
Okay.
I think it's
yeah.
a cool label. It's very pretty.
Definitely the best label so far today.
In terms of like a Pinot Grigio, it's very easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
But not my absolute favorite. Also love that it's a screw top. You can take it anywhere.
I do like a good screw top.
Because Danny and I have brought bottles of wine to like a hotel and realized, oh shit, we don't have Like-
Yeah.
a bottle opener. But a 3.
Okay. Solid 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this. I'm also gonna give this a 3.5. Cause I do enjoy that. That was good. I was actually surprised that I would like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pinot Grigios are iffy with me. But the crispness
Yes.
was really
Yes.
it really shined through. I don't know if it's apples or pears, but it's definitely one of the two. And I did like that.
It's good.
I think it's something that I would possibly buy again. You know what I'm saying? Just even if it was for the label
Right.
itself. You know what I'm saying? I did like the label.
And let me tell you what, price wise, like, it is not expensive.
Not bad. Yeah. That's
I mean,
another-
under 10.
Yeah. See, that's already a winner
Yeah.
for me. I wonder how much that affects like wines, like the amount of you pay.
I don't know, because I've had wines that are dirt cheap. Like, a Trader Joe $2 chuck
Yeah.
red wine that I've loved, and I've had a $60 bottle of the same type of wine that I've hated.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily associate like a better wine being more expensive.
Right. I feel like it's as long as you like the flavor, it
Mhm.
really should.
It don't matter.
So then we have our Lorca Malbec from Argentina with a 14.5. Nope, just 14% alcohol. What are you giving it?
So as a Malbec, I'm gonna give this a 4.2.
Okay.
I know that's a random number,
That's fine.
but I love a Malbec.
Yeah.
And I think this one was really good. It was easy to drink. It wasn't too dry.
I'm actually surprised at how much this was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it was good.
Yeah, I might give this one. This is a first actually.
It's hard because I feel like when you go to big events, you see a Pinot Grigio and a Cab Sav.
Yeah.
Like those are your easiest wines.
Yeah.
Like they're crowd pleasers. But this is like, I would serve this now back to like a large group of
Yeah.
people because I feel like it's friendly.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give it like a 3 point. I'm gonna give it the edge, man. I'll give it a 3.6.
Okay.
3.6 because I'm actually surprised at how much I'm actually.
We
enjoying
thought it was going to be
I
dry.
thought it was gonna be bad. Like even the first taste, I was like, you know what, this might not be for me. But as I've had
Right.
a couple more sips, it's
Mhm.
not that bad.
Yeah,
I actually enjoy the flavor of this one.
I
So-
agree.
So today, I'm giving this the edge as the best wine. This is the first red.
So out of 3 here, this is your top pick.
I think so.
Wow.
I'm actually shocked by that, honestly.
I am too because you said you're not a red guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm actually I'm super surprised at how good this is. Because I was not anticipating this.
I feel like I
being
can't
good.
have a top pick because I'm so familiar with the rosé. But between these two,
Yeah.
I'd pick the Pinot
Okay.
Grigio. Between the 3, I don't know, I might still pick the Pinot Grigio.
Yeah. I think the Pinot Grigio is one that's just easily accessible and
Mhm.
easily like I can pick this
Right.
up and immediately.
Right.
Like, I'm not worried about the can thing, but I'm also not worried about the.
I didn't even think about the can thing as like a party, like a group situation.
Like, I also think like you have to know for a fact that too that a can is a half bottle. Because if you don't know that, like paying $5 for a can is crazy.
Right.
But if you know that, then it's kind of like
$10 for a bottle.
Right. It kind of evens out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the red wine. This is actually the first red wine.
That's
actually,
wild.
Yeah.
So
Right.
what's the price point on that?
So again, I wouldn't know because it was part of the Nikki Wines, like bulk though. But I could probably look it up. But it wasn't that expensive. I don't think. But it was good, man. It was. I'm actually shocked about that. So yeah, I'm actually
Successful.
The red, like, that's not bad. Malbec, huh?
Danny loves a Malbec.
We got
His favorite.
We definitely got to get Danny on here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually talked about him doing his podcast on my bachelor party.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, I want to do a podcast, and we were trying to think of names and stuff. So it was just cool to see him actually follow through with it.
Yeah.
And like they're about to start season 2 up, so I definitely want to get him and maybe like his partner Holly on there.
Yeah.
If we can get that done.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's their counselor.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Very good at her job and very passionate.
Yeah, so definitely want to get teacher of the year. That's my guy.
My guy too.
He's definitely your guy. But I want to thank you, man, for coming on the show and
this is awesome.
Yeah. You were kind of shaky. You were kind of nervous at first, but I was like,
it's funny because I feel like I begged to be on the show, and then when it came to like fruition,
it's not even.
I was nervous.
Bro, it wasn't even begging. It's just like because I do ask people like if they want to be on, and like you almost always, hey,
I'll do it.
Hey,
I'll do it.
But yeah, I knew that you like wine. I just from the box wine college.
I don't like wine.
You love wine.
I love wine.
My fault. You love
Please
wine.
correct.
That's what. I'm ashamed for even saying that. No, you love wine, so I want to make sure I get you.
No, this is so fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Can't wait to do it again next week.
You gotta stop saying that. You gotta stop saying that. But so this is the part where I just let people, if you have any social media you want to plug or anything you want to plug. Nothing. Hey man, this is Casey, and she just no plugs for her, But make sure that you.
I'm pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, but just I do want to shout to your wedding venue because they
were awesome.
Did an amazing job. And yeah, I'm glad you had a good time.
For sure, this was awesome.
I'm glad you had a good time. So this has been Clueless Vino. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Clueless Vino. I changed my Instagram recently, did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was Black Angel 54 forever, but now Clueless Vino on there. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it was time to make the change. So Clueless Vino on Instagram.
My mom follows you. She wants to be a guest.
Yeah, that would be an episode because I feel like the editing would be crazy.
We're a little trashy.
It's like. I got an hour worth of footage. Gotta condense that to like 10 minutes. Things got crazy. But yeah, man. As we continue to grow, I'm pretty sure I'll find a spot.
Yeah,
from
she would love that.
For mom. But yeah, just follow me on Instagram, Clueless Vino. Follow the YouTube page, Stick Braxton. Follow Facebook, Stick Braxton. Follow Twitter, which is Dante DANTE _ Diable DIABLE 54. And if you want to be on the show, just let me know. Any wines that you want me to taste, go ahead and give me some suggestions there. And don't forget to drink up.
Drink up. I already finished mine.
I know.
Okay.